Hi, and welcome back to T Junction and our summer in the West End. I am Tracy McLean Lowe, and well, I've been down in the village and I've been having some fun. And I got some, as I promised, some very lovely lemon cake from our new local Albanian coffee shop, bakery, and eatery. And again, as promised, I went down to get a good look at their very rustic interior. It's a bit like one of those old-fashioned European farmhouse type kitchens. Very rustic indeed. This particular area is that I'm looking at here is like an old fireplace that has been painted out and decked with a seating area. Um, and that's from the front as you come through the entrance. And where is the entrance? Here's the entrance here. And as you can see, it's the Cuckoo Albanian Cafe, Bakery, and Eatery. They also do meals on Fridays and Saturdays in the evening. So you can pop in there for a dinner. It is a set menu, I have been told. And there is seating probably for about 12 to 16 people. So it's a small venue, but very cozy, very relaxed, and just really cute. It's always nice to go into a coffee shop whose interior is intriguing, different, a little bit prettier. But saying that, they do need a little bit of cover for their outside seating area and some plants maybe around it, just to give it that little bit more festive come hither kind of facade from the outside. While I was out in the village down there on St. Clair West, on the way to Cuckoo's, I found the Bloom Bar. And I really liked the window and the visual display of wine and glasses and flowers. And that is literally what it is. Flowers, wine, events, and coffee in a studio. Not quite sure how they work there. They seem to be busy discussing things with the customer or two. But again, with the seating outside, if they are going to be lazy afternoons drinking wine out during our patio season, this area too, as pretty as it is in pink, would be nice with a pink umbrella. Maybe pink with polka dots. Give us an all summery feeling. So that's my thoughts on that one. Then also on St. Clair West, between Christie Avenue and Winona, we have a very cool boutique, which is retro clothing. It's all in good nick. They do have special discounts on every now and again. You just have to go and see Gypsy online on Instagram. I was intrigued. I found the cutest pair of shoes in there, but unfortunately, I felt a bit like Cinderella's, not Cinderella. Yes, Cinderella's ugly sisters. You know, the ones who chopped their toes off. They were so pretty. It's only afterwards I realized that a size 5.5 US is not the same as a size 5.5 UK. So I wasn't Cinderella's ugly sisters, but my feet were too big for these shoes, which is unusual. Usually my feet are quite small, so they fit in everything, but not this time, Jack. Beautiful little store, lovely outside. They don't have huge display windows, so they bring some of their wares out in front of the windows, decorated very girly and pinky. But they do have gentlemen's retro clothing as well, and they had a wonderful selection of shoes. Going in there is a pleasure, and I have to go back, especially when I've got more money, so I can go and buy something. While I was out and about, we also went to the Artscape Witchwood Barns, down to the market, farmers market that is held there on Saturdays, every Saturday between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. This too is between Winona and Christie Roads. on the south side, just a block or two down from St. Clair West. And I walked through the entrance, of course, and I found the best favorite food area. All my boyfriend's favorite foods. But he wasn't with me. But you've got to wake up early on a Saturday morning to come down and see these people, 8 to 1 p.m. And my boyfriend is not an early riser. This company here is from an Ontario farm, a couple of hours north of us. And this is all about the lamb and the sheep. The cheeses are made from sheep's milk. And he has some wonderful cuts of lamb and roast lambs and stuff ready there, as well as sheep's yogurt and other related dairy type sheep products. But while I was going around then, and it's not just with this gentleman and his wonderful food products here, he was right there as you came through the main Archwood, as you came through the indoor covered walkway, and you came out the other side, he was right there on your left near a bunch of electrical points, because he did have quite a few fridges. But there was no tasters. And I do believe that it's a bit like going into a supermarket when they're doing new products or new flavors of products and they want people to taste them. They're frying them up on the side. They've got the cheese cuts in with the little toothpicks, so everybody can have a little bit of a taste of the cheese or the sausages or whatever it is they deign that they're going to put out for your testing taste buds. And there was none of that. And surprisingly enough, he could actually join up with a couple of others around that area. Well, for example, who do we have here? And for some reason, I do believe I've missed one of my gentlemen here. Have to see if I can find him shortly. But here we have a wide range of beautiful olives, olive oil, and balsamic vinegar. Now, again, no testing tray. We could have had the olives out with a bit of fresh, crispy bread, dipped into aioli, or some balsamic vinegar and olive oil dip. It could have been really nice going around tasting all of this. Of course, it was early in the morning. I was hungry, so I was thinking with my stomach. But this is Toronto. People here think with their stomachs. What can I say? What else did we have here? Oh yes, coffee. Coffee. That's always a very good smell. Between the bacon, the eggs, the cheese, the lamb, and the olives, there was this wasn't the only organic coffees available there, but it certainly did smell nice. Again, nice thing about this, he had his coffee machine and you could buy a cup of coffee while you were at it, or you could buy a pack of beans or both, which was really nice. Then we had Bees Universe. Now, this was a delight of honey jars. Unfortunately, you can only see the lids of the honey jars here, but I needed to get the sign in for the Bees Universe. No, I could have probably used a better picture. But I will be going back to the farmers market again. It was rather wonderful. They had an array of fresh fruit and vegetables there as well, all organic, with sort of like liquors on the side and sauces, and anything that was organic that could go with. Now, I did find something very interesting, very different. Fresh, wild, organic fiddleheads. Now, what is a fiddlehead, you might ask? Well, in this corner over here, just under the 1 pound to 12, there are little bags of little green things that look vegetation-like, and they are. They're actually ferns. Ferns in the beginning of their unfurling, but they haven't been unfolded yet. And apparently they're taste a bit like broccoli. Very good for you, full of antioxidants. And I personally like the name because they were fiddleheads, and I had to know what the fiddleheads were. This company is called Forbes. They are there every week at the farmers market. And they also do an array of maple syrups and some interesting maple sweet candies as well. So those were kind of interesting. I did have a video, but for some reason, Zoom thought it was too big. Now, what's on this month in the West End? Well, there's one thing that's on, but it's not just for the West End. It is for the whole of Toronto. Across the way, we have our by-election, vote for mayor. So this is just a friendly reminder, go vote. We have early voting up until from Thursday the 8th until Tuesday the 13th. And you can do some early voting. Just check online, Toronto, where you can do the early voting in your area between those dates. Alternatively, don't forget June 26th is Vote for Your Mayor Day. Make sure it's a good one. Somebody who actually knows what they're doing and just doesn't think that they know what they're doing, kind of thing. What else? Oh, I did mention the colorway last week. And this is the picture I was looking for. The colorway is up again near Yonge and St. Clair Avenue West. It's a walkway with colored balloons and what are these loggy? No, I'm sure I've seen people floating around the swimming pool in them. But nonetheless, there's all of these colorful things floating around up at the top there. And don't forget, on Thursday afternoons, there's a musical entertainment for the kiddies and for passers-by and for the general populace between 12:30 and 1:30 and 4:30 and 5:30. What else do we have in the West End? Oh, apparently we have got the Luminato Festival, and I should take that one out because that is not there. But we do have the Jazz Fest coming up throughout the month and the summers across Toronto as well. So do double check, do the googly search thing and go and check where there's a jazz festival event going on near you throughout June, starting on the 1st of June. So it's been going for a week already. We have the Pride 2023 Festival. And on Saturday the 24th, down near the front, downtown in Toronto, we will be having the Pride Parade on Saturday the 24th. And last but not least, back to the Artscape Witchwood Barns. They're down on Christie, between Christie and Winona, or between Christie and Witchwood, should I say. We have in this little structure a small theatre. Now, it is specifically youth theatre. In other words, there's lots of kids on, lots of shows on for the kids over the summer. They are during the course of the day between 10 and either between 10 and 12 or 12 and 2, depending on which show you've booked for. They have a wide variety again, so please, again, take a Google search. I will put links to everything down below in the description, so you can have a look at what's on at the theatre and where you can find more information about everything else. Now, I know for a fact that I have missed some photos, but this is a long one. It's going to be a bit of a two-parter. I'm posting this one at around about 3 o'clock on the wonderful Friday morning, and I will post further information on the market and other bits going on over the next week later this weekend, so I can find out all those missing pictures, because I did have some awesome pictures and now I'm missing them. It would be great if you would like and subscribe and come back to see us in the West End for our wonderful summer events. I didn't realize this, but Torontonians do love their food. There's so much food out there, and there's an event for every kind of food out there too. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you soon. Thank you, and goodbye from me, Tracy McLean Lowe.